I never planned to stand out in a crowd, but somehow, my platinum blonde hair and my tailored, chic outfit always did the talking before I could say a word. The city street was my runway, and every step I took echoed my confidence and style. I wasn't just another face in the bustling urban blur. I was a woman who knew exactly who she was and what she wanted. Growing up in a small town, I never imagined this life, the one where I could walk freely with my head held high, turning heads with nothing but my presence. But city life had its challenges, too. Behind the shine of my polished exterior were moments of doubt, nights spent wondering if I was just playing a role to fit in. Yet, every morning, as I looked into the mirror and adjusted the sharp collar of my jacket, I reminded myself that confidence isn't about perfection. It's about owning your story, scars and all. The city streets told stories, too, of dreams chased and sometimes lost, of strangers whose lives intersected for just a moment. And there I was, REA. To write my own chapter, stylish, fearless, and unapologetically me. I never intended for my platinum blonde hair to be a declaration, but as I stepped onto the bustling city street, sunlight catching every icy strand, it felt like a beacon of my newfound confidence. The mirror reflection staring back at me wasn't just the woman I saw, but a narrative of battles fought, dreams chased, and a fierce refusal to be ordinary. The city, alive with its cacophony of footsteps, voices, and honking cars, was my stage and my sanctuary, a place where my style spoke louder than words. Clad in a sleek, tailored blazer and high-waist trousers that hugged curves I'd learned to embrace, every step echoed purpose. Growing up, the whispers of too different and too bold had been a soundtrack I was desperate to silence, but here, amidst skyscrapers and neon signs, I was unapologetically me. Behind the glamour of my appearance, however, lay years of self-doubt and struggle. I wasn't always this poised, this sure. In fact, for a long time, I hid behind oversized sweaters and plain hair colors to blend in and avoid attention. My journey to becoming the woman the city now knew wasn't an overnight transformation. It was a mosaic of late nights wrestling with fear, moments of triumph, and the relentless pursuit of authenticity. Every morning ritual, from choosing my lipstick to styling my hair, was a quiet affirmation of who I was becoming. First time I dared to bleach my hair platinum blonde. It was a rebellious act against the shadows of my past, a statement that I was ready to stand out and be seen. The city streets were both a challenge and a reward. They held the promise of endless possibilities, but also reflected the harsh realities of ambition and resilience. I'd faced closed doors and doubters, but those encounters only sharpened my resolve. The fashion marketing world I thrived in was competitive and unforgiving, yet it mirrored my own grit and creativity. Networking events felt like battles where charm was a weapon and wit a shield, but I learned to wield them both with grace. At times, loneliness gnawed at the edges of my confidence, especially on nights when the city lights dimmed behind my apartment windows and silence stretched too long. But I discovered that vulnerability was not weakness. It was the soil from which true strength grew. Style became more than an aesthetic. It was a language through which I communicated my inner world. A tailored jacket wasn't just fabric, it was armor. A pair of heels wasn't just footwear, it was a statement of readiness to conquer whatever came my way. And my platinum blonde hair? It was a lighthouse, guiding me through storms of uncertainty. One afternoon, while waiting at a crosswalk, a passerby's admiring glance caught me off guard. It was a reminder that sometimes being seen could be both exhilarating and intimidating. I wanted to be known not just for my image, but for the depth beneath it, the dreams, the fears, the laughter, and tears that shaped me. I began sharing my story on a personal blog, a space where style met soul. Readers connected not only with my fashion tips, but with my honesty about the messy, beautiful process of becoming. The city had taught me many lessons, but the greatest was this. Confidence was not a mask, but a mirror reflecting the courage to be oneself. As I walked the streets, platinum strands shimmering in the afternoon sun, I wasn't just a woman passing through the city. I was a story unfolding, one step at a time. I grew up in a place where dreams felt small and ambitions even smaller. But I was never the kind to accept limits quietly. From the moment I dyed my hair platinum blonde in my early 20s, I felt like I was claiming a new identity, one that dared to be bold and unafraid.